with the most monster mode, bringing the heat. Every episode is a real treat. Just talk, real talk, every single day. Tune in, listen up, and let Monster Mo cook on YouTube. He
on
shines
YouTube.
so bright, real talk, real vibes all day and night.
Hey yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy Monster Mo. This that Just Talk, Real Talk, the place for real thoughts and real talk, you dig? So we got some of the most brutal torture methods that was done on women throughout history. Now today a woman might be running off at the mouth. She might get a smiggity smack. But then they be fighting back. Poof, pop, poof, pop, poof, pop. Punch a nigga all up in his eye, black his eye. Back in these days, if you would have even whispered any type of disrespect, raised your hand at your man, stabbed him, burnt his drawers up, you would have found yourself on something like the Spanish donkey. I ain't talking about some ride in Puerto Rico or something like that, the Spanish donkey, some ish in Mexico. We talking about something that, matter of fact, I don't even know. Because some of y'all like the Terminator out here. Y'all done popped out 10 kids, took all type of mandingos. Let's get into this and see what these women went through and see if y'all could have withstood the pain and torture that they endured. Huh? Because today y'all like to run your mouth and like to fight back. Some of y'all probably doing witchcraft. But you would have got flamed for that too back in these days. Let's get into it. Doing voodoo and all that.
Women have been subjected to various methods of torture, and some of these torture methods will give you chills just thinking about them. Imagine how these women experienced it. In this video, we will highlight some of the ugliest methods of torture that were practiced primarily on women. Spanish donkey. This tool dates back to the Middle Ages, and it was used to slowly and painfully cut a woman's body in half, starting from her genitals. It consisted of a pyramidal wedge with a sharp end. Women would be forced to ride its sharp end so that it would penetrate between their legs, and sometimes some weights were tied to her legs to force the sharp end of the peg to immerse deeper and faster into her vagina and start splitting her in two.
Oh, that is crazy right there. Now let's run that back real quick. I gotta say get my little spill on that. The Spanish donkey. Like I said, some of you women out there, you done popped out about 15, 18 kids. Spanish donkey will be nothing to y'all. So y'all will be up on there, and they'll be like, yo, what's going on? She's up there, she's chilling, she's on the phone. Put 7 weights on her ankles. She's still chilling. What would y'all do if y'all was on that Spanish horse? Some of y'all be done bust a nut. Orgasm. Y'all some freaks out there.
2. Breast ripper. This was a tool consisting of 2 large symmetrical prongs, usually heated before use. Its main purpose was to tear the breasts of single mothers or cheating wives off their bodies. Scold's bridle.
Hold on, stop right there. You gonna tear somebody's breasts off because they was... This is what I'm telling y'all. Remember what I said earlier? Chicks get to running off at the mouth. You got some of these dudes, they're abusive. They put hands on them. Slickety slap. But back in them days, they would have ripped your titty off, your whole nipple off. Made it where you can't mess with no one else. At least with a slickety slap, you could go fall into the arms of a, you know what I'm saying? You know what they say, a shoulder to cry on is a it to ride on. At least they could do that. Once you rip a titty off, nobody want no nipple joint. Like, fuck, I want to suck a nipple.
For the medieval man, the simplest way to get his wife to stop constantly nagging him was to place her in a scold's bridle. Scold refers to a woman accused of excessive chatting, gossiping, or simply complaining too much. In that age, gossiping was feared to be the work of the devil. The first recorded use of the device goes back to the 16th century. The bridle was an iron mask locked over the head of a woman. Sometimes, spikes would be inserted into the mouth and placed just above the tongue, making it impossible for the woman to speak without immense pain. However, it's argued that the torture of the scold's bridle was primarily psychological. The woman was publicly humiliated as she was shame-paraded through the town wearing the bridle, while
she gotta walk through the town. They're like, yeah, that bitch be running her mouth. She talk too much. Look at her. Think about this though. This your wife. I want some hair later on. I don't want your mouth hurting and all that. I don't want to put the skull's bridle on you. What was they thinking back in the days? This is what I'm trying to tell you. It was not love like that. So while somebody would just give you a smiggity smack, and look, people call that, nah, he just love you. You know some of these dummies out here, he just love you. These dudes would have ripped your breasts off.
Cutting the woman in half with a chainsaw. You like to play a game? Let's hang you upside down and start cutting you in half at the genitals. During the medieval ages, this technique of torture was used as a cost-effective approach to inflict the most amount of suffering for the least amount of work. All you needed was a two-person saw, strong pair of biceps, and a lack of a moral compass. Women
Now look at that right there. That's cutting through your whole vagina, ass crack, your whole back, spine. Now, like I said, some of y'all out there, like the Terminator, it'll be like cutting through aluminum. Them niggas will be like, hey, look. You'll see sparks flying out of some of y'all coochies. You feel me? But this right here is crazy. Why would they do this? Damn. It was crazy times back in them days, man. This is what you would have endured and what you would have received from running that mouth, ladies.
Convicted of witchcraft, adultery, or blasphemy were hung upside down with their legs spread wide. The victim would usually be conscious as the saw ripped through their body because of all the blood that flowed to their head. The operation might take hours until the executioners finally cut through. Pair of anguish. This name.
Hold on, before we get into the pair of anguish, we already see what that looked like. That looked like some type of rose you chicks be using nowadays. But look at that last joint, right? Splitting that in half, they called it an operation. So they was done with the operation and the execution is finished. Like, that ain't no operation, that's murder. Massacre. That's horrific. That is crazy. Now we gonna get into this little thing right here because this thing right here looks like it can be used in a freak off.
Name says it all. The pear of anguish, named for its resemblance to the fruit, was a cruel torture device used during medieval times. This metal fruit was divided into 4 petal-shaped segments that opened up when a corkscrew lever was turned. The primary victims for this evil fruit were women who were usually accused of witchcraft or had an abortion. The pear of anguish was inserted into their vagina and would be gradually cranked up, tearing apart the woman's reproductive organs. Some other uses of this instrument were torturing homosexuals.
What? Hold on, let's run that back. Why would the hell would you do that to the female though? That's messed up, right? Put something up in the opener up, and then there was no fight back. Like I said, these ladies will fight back, punch you in your eye, your black eye, slap me in my mouth. Then they'll call their brothers on you. Have their brothers come stomp you out, and then you want to get it really popping, niggas shoot you, homie. So it's not the same like back in these times. You heard? But look. The woman allowed herself to be wrestled down and knowing this is about to happen, knowing they about to jam the metal rolls up in you. And this ain't gonna make you orgasm. This ain't that type rose. Fight back. Close your legs. Clench. Do something. Now they about to say something crazy.
Of this instrument were torturing homosexuals, and it later was modified to be inserted into the mouth of individuals accused of heresy. Same concept, but instead of sexual organs, it expanded to destroy the jawbones of the victim. Burning witches.
Hold on, and think about this. They done jammed that up in her, jammed that up in the oven, and then put that in somebody's mouth. They didn't even wash it. That's disgusting. That's like how some of you women don't even wash your rolls now. Got cum crust all up on the joint. You know what I'm talking about. Stop playing with me. Burning
Death
witches.
by burning was a classic form of capital punishment, reserved for women who were suspected of witchcraft, treason, and heresy. This was popular in England from the 15th through the 18th centuries. Lucky victims would have passed out due to smoke inhalation, but if they made it through, they would suffer an agonizing death. First, they would writhe in pain as their epidermis cracked open. Then, the fire would burn through their fat. The only relief came when the fire damaged the nerves in the skin where the victim could no longer feel pain. Stoning to death.
Stoning to death. Hold on. Oh, that right there is crazy. That's what they tried to do when Martin Luther King was trying to march like we march and we move and how we bop. We march, we dream. That's why you had a dream. Nigga had a dream right there on the street. Nigga hit that nigga with that brick. But yo, that last one was crazy, right? Burning witches. Now think about this back in the days. Even like today, you know, we haven't really seen a real witch. There's probably some people doing witchcraft and all that. But these people wasn't really doing no, I don't know. It was different times back in the days. You probably see a leprechaun back in them days. Motherfucking dwarf. What's that? Gandalf and them niggas. You probably see all type of stuff. Goblin. But some of them women wasn't even witches, man. Sometimes you see a female and she might just look like a witch. Like she might be a certain, like a Romanian or something. You look like, yo, that lady look like a witch. But that's what they was doing back in the days. Yo, she looked like a witch. She's doing witchcraft. A witch had a certain look. You feel me too? Like the black hair and this was crazy back in the days. But this is what you would have got. This is what you would have went through, ladies. It was no help. No, look what's going on. They was like, no, burn that witch. Burn that witch.
Stoning to death. This punishment is considered one of the oldest and most primitive, where a deep, narrow hole is dug. The woman is then tied up and inserted into the ground up to her neck, exposing only her head. Then a crowd of male executioners throw rocks at her until she dies. Although this punishment was applied to both men and women still face this punishment to this day, as the punishment of stoning to death re-emerged in Iran in the 1980s, and it was applied to women accused of sex outside marriage. Unfortunately, 15 countries still apply this brutal punishment, including Nigeria, Sudan, Pakistan, and others. Sexual torture and rape. Rape has been used as a method of torture against women throughout the ages, as it was used to extract...
Hold on. They didn't even skip to the next picture. They still got Saddam Hussein in them up there, so they must be doing this up in their country. But yo, think about that, right? You in a hole to your head, like up to your head. People was doing that joint, like you know how you skip rocks across the water? Niggas is doing that on the ground and hitting you right up in your face. Bow! Look at that. I thought they was talking about like how they got the king, like you know what I'm saying? He just walking. We shall march and overcome. Bow! I have a dream. I have a dream. Let me stop. I'm not trying to diss the king, but that's what happened. Nigga was walking, nigga brick hit the nigga in the head. Now they talking about grape. Oh, this is it right here. Oh man.
Rape has been used as a method of torture against women throughout the ages, as it was used to extract information from detainees and prisoners. Amnesty International discovered that rape was routinely used on women as a means of getting them to confess their crimes in Mexican prisons.
But y'all don't hear the person saying rape like the actual word, like that's what the actual word and act is now. If you're on here like saying you're gonna do it to somebody or saying it in a certain type of way, no, but if you're just saying it in what it is, or you might be reading an article, whatever, the news say it, the news put it in their title. That's what it is. But that one right there, you can't, you know, I ain't gonna joke on that. You don't know, it's a lot of females that have been through a lot of stuff like that, even to this day. So, but I don't know about the whole round the circle gangbang thing. I'm just talking about they've been through certain things, so they ain't nothing to play with. So let's move on to the next one though. That's crazy.
Sounds lovely, but it's far from it. Imagine being stripped and tied to a naked man and then thrown in a river to drown. That is Republican marriage. This method of torture was used primarily on nuns during the Reign of Terror during the French Revolutionary War. The Iron Chair.
What the type of tied to another man? What she? Oh, she was a nun. She was creeping and sleeping, caught him with the dude, tied him together, put him in the water. What y'all think about that? But the Iron Chair, now this look crazy.
This chair was used for the first time during the medieval ages, where the victim was tied and forced to sit on this chair, covered with hundreds of sharp nails for long hours, until she bled to death, and sometimes fire was lit under her so she could have the full torture experience. Catherine's Wheel. It's a heinous punishment from medieval times.
That's the real hot seat. Now, I told y'all, some of y'all buns done came abominable. You hoes is twerking. Your friends are slapping your buns. You've been doing this for years. Could you endure the iron chair sitting there without your cheeks bleeding and out your cheeks being on flames and being hot?
Foot binding. For 1,000 years into the late 20th century.
Hey yo, this right here, some of y'all already torturing yourselves and your kids. Y'all been doing foot binding, you broke ass motherfuckers. Y'all been buying shoes, wearing shoes that don't even fit y'all. So this is like you torturing yourself to this century. But let's get into this. Let's see what they did back in them days. Some people see back in these days somebody did it to them. Y'all doing it to yourselves.
The biggest beauty standard for women in China was the small feet, which is why families bandaged the feet of their young daughters to keep them from growing, so that they could attract men from wealthy families. Where girls' toes were smashed and then bandaged using silk cloth, girls were also forced to walk on their broken feet to break the metatarsals. The ideal...
So think about this. Daddy, I want the Jordans. her size costs $160. But if I break the feet, smash the feet, make them down to a size 3, I might get the Jordans for $65, $80.
The ideal length of the foot at the time was 9 centimeters, and the foot of this length was called the lotus flower, followed by the foot that did not exceed 12 centimeters long, which was called the silver lotus.
Who wants somebody with feet like that? Like, who wants somebody with a pig foot? I want me a chick with a human foot. Like, who wants somebody with Francis Lucas hands foot? You see Francis Lucas hands? Nigga got arthritis. Who want arthritis feet on purpose? That's self-torture right there. This one right here, female circumcision. Oh, man.
Circumcision. Despite its barbarism, it is still practiced by many around the world, with the World Health Organization estimating that more than 200 million girls today have undergone this distortion. The goal of circumcision is to discourage the girl's sexual desire, as this process is applied to girls who are younger than 15 years old, so that the girl's clitoris and sometimes the small lips are cut from their vagina with a sharp tool. And in many cases, this process causes complications and infections, which ends with the girls either dying or being severely injured.
Yo, listen, man. Why is they doing that? I said, why is they doing that, man? It's just crazy out here, man. I want y'all to comment down below. Tell me what y'all think about this, man. It's your boy Monster Motors that just talk real talk, the place for real thoughts and real talk, you dig? Like I said, man, a lot of y'all females, man, y'all need to think about, stop hitting niggas up inside their head and all that with shit and all that, man. Pans and pots and all that, sticks and all that, man. Stop trying to fight back and all that, man. Just listen. For a nigga put some metal device on him, just come on, man. Y'all comment down below, man. Some of these devices need to be need to be brought back to life, man. I'm hollering at y'all, man. It's your boy Monster Mo. This that Just Talk Real Talk. Place for real thoughts and real talk, you dig? Don't get caught slipping and stay off that social media, man.
Other day, I asked this bitch, where's my money? She talking about, right here, daddy. Bitch, just give it to me. What the fuck is it still doing?
Tina Turner. No, she wish she had a burner. They kill that nigga Ike Turner. You beat the bitch up for nothing. Fucking the bitch up. Nigga wildin', beating the bitch up, wildin' for nothing. I know she wish she had a burner. They kill that nigga Ike Turner. I know she wish she had a burner. Ike Turner, he be wildin'. You catch her looking at a nigga. You beat her up just for smiling. You take a trip, gotta watch him. Nigga might bury you on an island. They get in a car when they driving, fighting, fucking around, kill a driver. Get on a plane and they flying, fighting, fucking around, kill a pilot. Ike Turner, he be bugging. He was fucking with that powder, doing shit like my mom. Beating ass out the shower.